Welcome back to the channel. We're here at Zach Maglin Collectibles, and we have another exciting new product to rip and review. This is the newly released Topps Series 2 Mega Box. As you know, we've ripped open a Topps Series 2 Jumbo Box, a Topps Series 2 Hobby Box, and a Topps Series 2 Hanger Boxes. So we've got the Mega Box in front of us. We also have some Blaster Boxes and eventually a value pack as well to rip open. All right, so we're going to cover the gambit in regards to not only the hobby products, but as well as the retail products of this Series 2. And as you may already have heard, Topps Chrome pre-orders already went out. Go ahead and check out Topps' website if you wanted to get a hold of Topps Chrome, and that's the product I usually enjoy because I love the finish of the cards, and there's a lot of good hits. Unfortunately, they're very pricey compared to Topps Series 1 and Topps Series 2 products. For example, just like last year, we're talking about a blaster box going for about $40 for Topps Chrome Baseball, which will be released, I believe, July, if I'm not mistaken, July the 8th or 6th, something like that. All right, so we'll wait for that to come. I did go ahead and order some, and we've got some jumbos, some hobbies, similar to what we did with Topps Series 2, but Topps Chrome tends to be the better product. All right, so where did I get this? I didn't get it from Walmart. I didn't get it from Target. I didn't get it from Barnes & Noble or from Dick's or even Shields. I got this from a card show that I attended. I don't normally go to card shows to pick up sealed products, but I was there at the Frontrow Card Show, which we'll talk about a little bit more as during this video, where they were selling this sealed product for $50. And if you've seen this, I've been lucky enough to find this on the shelves, they sell this for retail at $49.99. So I got it at the card show without having to pay tax. So it was worth the deal for me. I got two of them. So I paid $100 for these two just for you guys. All right. So with this, we are looking for the exclusive 1990 Topps Baseball foil board inserts. All right. So, you know, they've got a lot of nice little chase cards here. They've got different inserts, and here are some of them right here. The Summer Superstars, the OPS Best, all right, First Pitch, Stars of the MLB. So those are pretty basic. I don't know if those are chases necessarily, but the Heavy Lumber definitely is. So these boxes are heavy, so we're going to go through a lot of cards today. All right, but before we get right into it, we have the giveaway to remind you of. We have, as this month is quickly coming to an end, and we are giving away the following products: Topps Certified Football, Panini Tin Revolution, Topps Series 1 Value Pack, and NBA Prism Value Pack in honor of the newly crowned NBA World Champion Oklahoma City Thunder. And no, we're not. So as you can see, I have a highly sought after Have a Seat Labubu. If you've seen my reels as of late, I dropped a reel of an unboxing of one of the members of my family as they unboxed their very first Labubu on camera, and it's a hit. Check it out on the reels. I like to post. Lately, I've been posting a lot of entertaining shorts. Never going to deviate from the cards, but I am going to venture into other products or other collectibles, and you usually find them in the shorts. Now, I won't hold the promise that I won't have a long video, especially if I am able to get a case of these guys, but there is room for other collectibles on this channel. All right. So remember, in order to be eligible for our giveaway, which we are not giving away the Labubu as of now, is to like this video, comment on this video, and share it with others. Now, of course, first and foremost, you need to be subscribed to the channel. If you're not, kindly hit that subscribe button and get yourself registered for our giveaway. All right, so let us get to ripping. All right, so as we do that, we got a few stories to share. I want to first congratulate one of our subscribers. All right, one of our loyal subscribers. Congrats to Ryan Octaman. All right. He is one of our loyal subscribers. He loves our baseball products, so he says. All right, whatever, we rip that. And he and his lovely wife, Keisha, had a baby. And their baby's name is Kaysen. All right, so Kaysen, as of this recording, all right, is 12 days old. So I will send a picture of Mr. Ryan Octaman and Kaysen watching one of our videos. I believe it was the Jumbo Box, all right, video. So Kaysen, this one is for you, okay? So we've opened our first box, and so hopefully we can get hits for young Kaysen, our youngest subscriber to the channel. As you can see, quite a few packs for a mega box, and here we go. Let's get to ripping. All right, so we got to do it for Kaysen. All right, so quite a few packs. Let's see. We're going to do what we normally do, separate our packs based on, base cards and rookie cards. All right, and of course, any hits we will sleeve up and display. All right, we got a rookie right there, Mason Miller. It looks like we're coming on to something. MLB Stars. Not a big fan of this, but they're there. All right. And there you go. So, underwhelming pack number 1. All right, pack number 2. On to the next one. This might be a lengthy video, guys. All right, because you can see how many packs already from one mega box. So, living up to its title of a mega box. So it may take a bit, so stick with us. Hopefully we will not disappoint with a banger. All right, so here's Hunter Green on the 1990s card. We also have Riley Green, who is, I believe, one of the leading vote getters for the American League as an outfielder. All right, on to the next one. So, as I mentioned, I went to a card show, all right? Frontrow Card Show out here in Pasadena. Now, that may be a familiar name. You may have seen what had happened at the card show. I should preface it by saying that I went to this card show, which has grown over the years. A lot of good deals, a lot of good guys out there, all right? And they hold it usually in the convention center area. And in the past that I've been to, it's been in a little small, almost like a banquet hall kind of deal. But it's definitely grown. All right. So we're coming up on some shiny thing, maybe a glitter, a sand glitter of Kerry Carpenter. There you go. And we have Spencer Strider, MLB Star. I'm not a big fan of the MLB Stars of the game. I think that's nothing that I hold my breath to get. But anyways, going back. So we are at the card show, and I was surprised to find out a card show that has been heavily advertised as a sports card show is now, I want to say, 60-40, if not even closer to 60-40. All right, 65-35 TCG, mainly Pokemon. All right. A lot of Pokemon people were out there. A lot of love for Pokemon. Aside from that, they were selling other things like Magic the Gathering. If I hear those Final Fantasy boxes are going for a lot, if I can get a hold of that, I'd be willing to rip that on camera. Not so sure about ripping Pokemon because I have no idea, about Pokemon except the characters that I acquired or played with Pokemon Go in the past. All right, so we got this nice card of Lindor and Alonso. But anyways, there we go. We got Yoshi Yamamoto, stars of the MLB. But the reason I mentioned that is because I believe it went viral that I wasn't there when it happened, but there was a guy that was taken in handcuffs, dragged out pretty much for stealing Pokemon cards, all right, from, of course, the different vendors over there, which is crazy. I'm seeing a lot, or I've seen a lot of stories, I should say, about people finding ways to steal from others when it comes to Pokemon. So I didn't realize how, well, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because there are people that are out there that are pretty much fighting, you know, for the new release of Pokemon cards, right, at the local Costco and Targets. So it shouldn't be that surprising that, you know, people are going crazy and stealing, right? But yeah, the guy was dragged away in handcuffs, and it's circulating the internet. Let me know if you've seen that. I just find that to be wild that he was taken away. I've seen people where they get caught for stealing by vendors, and then they end up giving, you know, the guys a chance to sort of give it back without any, you know, charges being pressed or law enforcement called in, which is crazy because, you know, if someone stole from you, then they probably stole from someone else, okay? All right, so here's Frank Thomas. Now, I mentioned this because I got a Frank Thomas card, I believe in the Jumbo, that I didn't realize was the last card of the Silver Pack, and it was numbered. I mean, numbered to 25, okay? This one is just a base, but it is a Frank Thomas. All right, Jackson Churio. So, nothing spectacular yet. You know, can we hit a heavy lumber? All right, something to really get us going here. All right. So moving right along, but yeah. So I definitely see Pokemon being big. Of course, sports cards were still out there and everything, but I was really surprised to see the Pokemon collectors out there in full force. All right, so this is not numbered, and it is a holo of Clark Schmidt and Matt Olson there. So a lot of cards, a lot of base in the packs, but not really seeing a lot of hits thus far in the Mega Box, okay? But that could quickly change. All right, so moving right along. And, you know, I'm going to have to, at some point before wrapping up this video, pause it, look at the back because of the golden mirrors, all right, that we picked up or learned about only recently. Here's James Wood, who's having a nice season thus far. It's a Summer Superstars. And there's Cody Bellinger, former Dodger. And there you go. All right, so for that first stack, nothing, in my opinion, worth sleeving. Let me know in the comments if I missed something. But we will continue on. All right, so, you know, I'm hoping, if you're out here in the Southern California area, I'm hoping sometime soon, if I get everything sorted and organized better, to actually, you know, sell at a card show, to set up a table and sell some products there, all right? And I'd be love to meet a lot of you if you guys do end up being in the area. I will advertise it if that does come to fruition. Here we go. We have a nice little pink, all right, but it's of Kyle Isbell. Don't you just hate it when you get these nice little parallels and you have no idea who that person, you know, who they are, right? Here is Jake Eder. He's, at least it's a rookie on this little sand glitter. And we've got Altuve and these guys right here. Okay, so it would have been nice if it was someone I knew. All right, remember we are looking for Roki Sasaki. He'd be nice. A James Wood in a parallel would be nice. They're having Jacob Wilson. Those are the guys that are having good years. Roki Sasaki, not so much, but he is the cover boy for Topps Chrome. Okay, so there you go. Oh, all right. Moving right along, Wyatt Langford, we make mention because we pulled his black border parallel, which we were able to flip shortly thereafter, and we got it, I believe, in the Topps hobby box. All right, Javier Sonoja, not familiar. There's a Roki Sasaki. We got this one before, so I don't know if I'm going to sleeve it up. Maybe we will, okay? We haven't seen a lot. Maybe we need some good mojo, okay? Maybe the Labubu needs to come out. All right, so and preside over our rips. Maybe our luck will change. All right. So here we go. And yeah, at that same card show, they were selling Labubus, which is crazy because from my understanding, talking to my kids, there's a lot of fakes out there, right? Sometimes it's hard to spot those fakes. All right, so here we go. And a lot of money is being exchanged for those guys as well. All right, just like a lot of money is being exchanged for cards, retail products. All right, Jacob Wilson, there you go. Nice little, I've pulled this one before. All right, so little underwhelming thus far, guys. I'm going to admit that. Did the guy, like, you know, bring these boxes to a CT scanner first before he sold them to me? Don't know. All right. There you go. And continuing on. And we have here, this is the OPS leaders of Francisco Lindor. I mean, this they advertise this as if it's something. I really don't think much of this. All right, here we go. We have a Rhett Lauder. And there you go. Okay, so we're going to try and speed things up a little bit. I do want to give a shout out to one of our subscribers, CNY Sports Cards. He has not been with us that long, but he showed us a lot of love in one of his videos, all right, where he ripped open the giveaway prize that he won last month, and in the process, you know, showed a lot of love, had a lot of nice things to say. So I want to return the favor. I'm going to try and add the link to that video that he showed us a lot of love in. All right, we have this holo of Ben Brown. Once again, picking up people we're not too familiar with, okay? So anyway, CNY Sports Cards, check him out. He's just trying to grow his channel as well. So check him out. You know, subscribe to him, you know, like his videos, comment on them as well, show some love to our fellow small YouTubers out there. So, and he's sort of our little expert in regards to baseball. I know he does a lot of baseball rips on his channel, and he's actually commented and gave me a lot of insightful information regarding different baseball products and players. All right, there's Hae-Sung Kim, a base, but is rookie. All right, so thank you for sticking with us. I know this is a long video. I didn't realize how many cards there were going to be. There's Juan Soto. There's Clayton Kershaw. All right, and all right, so we're coming down the home stretch on this first box. All right, so we're going to try and fly through the remainder of this. See if there's anything worthwhile. All right, a lot of guys. A lot of base guys right now. And Garrett Cole. All right, so down to the final pack. No lumber, you know. I don't know if home field advantage can be. We haven't seen that this year. We did pull that last year. Haven't seen that at all. I don't know if that could be pulled from this product. But it doesn't look like we're going to get anything that's going to excite us as of now. All right, Julio Rodriguez, some superstars. And there is a Jarren Duran, and there you go. So that went out with a whimper. That's box number 1 of this mega box. Okay, so we're going to go on to box number 2. A lot of cards. Let's get to it. All right, stack's going to get bigger and bigger. All right, so this is box number 2. Moving right along. We've seen a lot of these base cards before in our previous rips. Who knows, by now I probably could put a set together, right? Because, I mean, of base cards, of course. because we've sort of opened up a lot of Top Series 2. Trying to chase all of the hits. But, you know, just like any sealed product, you win some, you lose some. Most of the time you lose some. But it all can be made up with one great hit. Okay. All right, so continuing on. So you could see a lot of base in this product. The inserts in regards to the stars of the MLB, you can find that in a bunch of, you know, the product as well. There's a nice little Kevin Alcantara on the 1990s card. So these 1990s cards, I mean, they're there, but they make it sound like they're, you know, numbered or whatever, and these are not. They're just sort of base, but he's, I know, one of the names I keep hearing about, so we'll sleeve him up. All right. So here we go, Jackson Churio. So while everyone popular YouTubers or whatever I should say, or on social media, a lot of the breakers, they were all out there in Fanatics Fest in New York, which I'd love to do one of these days. I was out at my own card show out here, and that became sort of a nationwide topic when that guy was hauled out for stealing Pokemon cards. All right, we have a lot of shady people, I guess, amongst all the different collectibles. There's a nice little athletics team card. So I would have to say thus far, a little disappointed thus far with the Mega, okay? Thus far it's been a Mega dud. But who knows? I might turn over some cards and find out later that they are mirror images. And those are valuable. All right, so we're pulling a lot of the cards we saw earlier. I just don't like what I'm seeing with these inserts. They're just, yeah, they're just not worth much. All right, nothing that definitely jumps out. All right, so we are there we go. We got a Roki Sasaki base. All right, we'll sleeve it up. It's our second base of Roki Sasaki. So we'll sleeve that up. I know he had that Bowman card to chase that if it had that, I believe the R on it, the rookie, to signify the rookie, that was a chase in Bowman's product this year. All right, so it's a lot of similar cards we've seen already. And we got a Shohei pitching. We've gotten that one before. We love us some Shohei. But these are not the celebration cards that, you know, you go out there and jump for joy in getting. All right, but we will always take a Shohei. Moving right along. Speaking of Shohei, he's back to pitching. And he had a good outing. I mean, they only allowed him to pitch one inning, but I think he had like 2 strikeouts against the Nationals, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so we'll see. I mean, hopefully it doesn't make it, you know, his numbers dip hitting-wise. I know he's got a bunch of home runs this year, so it doesn't look like that's the case. But if he does get more innings, you know, that may have its effect on his hitting. All right, there we have Jackie Robinson, which we pulled before. And there you go. All right, unless you guys like base, you are going to have to go through a lot of base products to get to something juicy. Okay? All right. Here we go. And continuing along. Okay, looks like we're going to have, I don't know if this, it's a bronze, I believe. And it's of Mason Miller. Okay. Nice little bronze of Mason Miller. Sleeve that up. I'm hearing that the Dodgers may trade for him. But, I mean, because of all their different injuries in their pitching staff. But I believe he's a closer. So I don't know if we necessarily need him because Tanner Scott sort of has settled down. All right. All right, here we go. Continuing along. And all right, so we are headed to the last pack on this side here. All right, thank you for sticking with us. I know this is a marathon. Thank you, guys. Please continue to stick around. I got a feeling that we may have a banger here, which will change everything. Okay, so I see a OPS leader. Not a fan of that as well. And not a fan of the polar bear. There you go. All right, so that we're down to our final stack here. Let's try and get through these, and hopefully we do it with a hit. All right. A lot of these cards here. All right, if I miss anything, guys, let me know. Because with baseball, we have quite a few base cards. Okay, we have Brian Bello. We've pulled this one before. This one was backwards. So I don't know. Am I missing something on this card, guys? Because it was backwards. Usually it means something. So I'm going to put them aside. And this one was backwards as well. But this is a holo of Zach Penrod. Royce Lewis. Nothing. All right. That seems to be the theme. It's much ado about nothing. All right. Disappointing thus far. But we're trying to stay positive that something crazy is going to come out. All right. And we have a 1990s card of Alec Boehm. Okay, and that, and nothing. All right. Almost there. So these are our hits. And definitely the Mega Box, as of now, does not have my endorsement. Okay. In terms of running out, I mean, $50 price point is fair because that, unfortunately, that is the going price for Mega Boxes of all sports nowadays. But, I mean, give us some nice parallels here. All right, because this will also lead me to believe that Topps Chrome Mega Boxes won't amount to much, and I believe they're selling those for $59. All right. I believe you can get it on Topps' website for $59.99, so close to $60. So, are you guys going to rip Topps Chrome? We have a nice Summer Superstars of Shohei. You know, I know it's not worth much, but it's Shohei, and we love us some Shohei. So we will sleeve this up, okay? All right. And we have Jalen Duran on Stars of MLB. All right, down to our final 4 packs on this lengthy video. I apologize for that. So let's make it worthwhile. All right. And nothing. White Langford. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, down to 3 packs. It's like the guy that sold this to me knew there was nothing in here. All right. And we have a huge stack of cards that are to the right that are of base cards. All right, we have a Mark McGuire. First time we've gotten this one. Second time we've got that Riley Green. All right, Hunter Brown, who's having a good year. All right, down to the final 2 packs. We are almost there, guys. You've almost made it to the finish line. This is the second to the last pack. We had a major hit when that happened last time. We will see. All right. We're going to get a sand glitter coming up, and it is of Brandon Lockridge, okay, from the Padres. Spencer Strider for the second time. And we are down to the final pack. Wow. Very disappointing. All right. But we did risk it for the biscuit, and looks like we're coming up short. Are you guys getting Topps Series 2 fatigue? All right, hopefully not, because we have a few more Topps Series 2 products. All right, we have a nice card right here of Ronald Acuna and Hank Aaron. So no number cards here, guys. We got a Yoshi Yamamoto in this product, and there you have it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us, for surviving this marathon of a opening. Sorry we couldn't get any better hits. If I missed something, let me know. If I turn over the cards and find some golden mirror, I will come back. But if not, until next time, we are going to take a break from Topps Series 2, even though we've got more products. We're going to be ripping, finally, Totally Certified Football, the premium box. I've had that for a while, but have yet to open it because of all the Topps Series 2 coming in. All right, so we will do that next time. So stick with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and share because our giveaway is just a week away. All right, take it easy.